if you know who I am, it's already begun. Now I'm looking at this girl like we should be one. Maybe add one more and have a threesome. She be looking at the stars like she could be with one. And if you're moving to it, then it's already begun. Gun.
I see what you're about. You play the short game. You don't know no one out here, but I'll make you glad you came. I see what you're about. You play the short game. You don't know no one out here, but I'll make you glad you came.
He's performed around the world. To audiences, big, small, corporate, communist, doesn't matter. He's the proud holder of a record of 365 songs with 365 music videos in 365 days. He's one half of the Discipline Stoners podcast, an accomplished actor, and one of the best live acts in Toronto. Guys, make some noise and give it up for Ellevan!
When I say rhythm, y'all say flow. Rhythm?
And welcome back to another episode of Discipline Stoners.
Hold on. Don't rush it.
Discipline Stoners. What's your discipline? You a stoner? That's cool. So are we.
I'm high a lot. It's weird to finally say that with pride. I'm high a lot. Being high has helped me with my anxiety. It's helped my social skills.
Love and light. Welcome to Discipline Stoners podcast with your host Ellevan,
And my name is Winnie.
and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness.
And welcome back to another episode of Discipline Stoners.
I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie, and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness.
And today, we're already smoking. We had our homies Bud Mobile come through. We got some Star Dog pre-rolls.
Yeah.
It's nice to have some pre-rolls on deck.
What, do you know what Star Dog is?
No, do you?
No, I have no clue.
Star Dog. And we're checking out these new Purple Drank.
Yeah, by Keith.
Purple Drunkle It Up.
Purple Passion Classic Soda. It's delicious.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty grapey.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's definitely a treat.
Definitely a treat.
Yeah, it's a treat.
Definitely a sugary treat. Every time we do an episode, I feel new. I feel like it's the first time. But it's becoming so familiar that it kind of, as you said, happens itself. Every episode becomes like, it will identify itself. It's approximately like an hour conversation.
Yeah.
And it's our conversation. And the power's in the waiting.
You know, I think we're finally, after 133 episodes, I think we're sort of settling in to, 133, this one. We're settling into like what this actually looks like. Because building a podcast is a lot of work.
And it's weird. And there's like 7 million of them on Earth.
Yeah.
And it's
Is there actually 7 million podcasts?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think actually shout out the High Ladies podcast, who's a cool weed podcast going on in Ontario. They shared that fact.
Cool. Wow.
And we're one of that. So it's like, wow, the fact that you're watching this one, like, fucking thank you. You know what that says about you? That's very cool.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were just finding our footing for a really long time. I think, our classic intro was we get high and we do stuff. And that's sort of like...
It wasn't accurate enough.
No, and it wasn't... Yeah, we were just finding our footing. So I'm really proud of this little podcast. Ellevan, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm proud of me, too. I started this bitch.
You did, yeah.
But
you're the founder, quote unquote.
You continued this shit though. Like what we've been really having fun, and I'm gonna say it again. I said it a lot the past couple episodes, but there's an element of me that's just wild. And if you just have like a wild thing running through the forest, it's just a wild thing. But if you like tame it and focus it, it's like becomes like a super thing. So that's how it affects me. And then you are so polite and decent and lovely as a person that it's like I pull you towards like jumping off that cliff or doing that thing that you have the skills and masterful self to do anyway. So I think the way we affect each other is really good for a central point of conversation, and I'm just really enjoying that.
Yeah.
I think it resonates with a lot of people to see where the middle ground is. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I also we don't really talk about our love all the time, but I really do feel like I've fallen more in love with you since we've started this podcast.
For sure. Absolutely. Same to you. I got to know you better or something.
Yeah. That being said, I think it's worth talking about things that we have talked about before. Meditation's on my mind again.
Yeah.
And cannabis and meditation specifically.
Well, you go through those cycles, right, of awareness where you use it to get to that next layer of self.
Yeah. And recently this came to people are, why meditate? Well, there's a lot of reasons why. And I think sometimes those reasons involve anti-anxiety, finding more central point of balance or focus, finding the ability to focus more, stopping the monkey mind from being overstimulated, all of those things. Yeah. But recently this has been coming up for me, that meditation and cannabis, in a lot of ways, has really, number one, allowed me to foster a relationship, and number two, allowed me to nurture a relationship with myself, which I've realized when I wasn't really taught that growing up. The closest thing to that was oh, you got to have a me day. I remember people talking about me days where you spend time with yourself and but no one ever really talked about fostering, creating this relationship with yourself, because relationships are generally between two people, right? That's what we know them as. So I don't know, that really came up for me, and I wanted to talk about just how meditation can really help you become more curious about what's underneath all of your layers, what's underneath, your mom layer and your CEO layer and your,
who you really are, what the truth is.
Your anxiety layers, all of those layers and things that we put on, can we take them off?
We're always reacting. So we're always pretending that there's something that we got to get to, or there's something outside of us, or there's someone we got to talk to. Even I just caught myself when you were talking, saying brilliant, beautiful, on point things. In the beginning, I found myself waiting to talk. And in instead of listening, and then I started listening once I realized I wasn't. But in that function of itself, meditation is so challenging because most people wait to talk. They don't listen. And that stems from, I think, just wanting to contribute. Even if you don't have something to say, I think a lot of people just, yeah. You're just waiting to talk as though it's an affirmation to make a sonic signal to tell someone that it's okay, I'm here. So when Winnie says get in touch with your real deep self underneath those layers, it's what happens in your mind and spirit without the reactions? Can you sit still without anything to have to go do, because you're gonna you will shorten the lifespan naturally of your good momentum. I'll say your life, actually, I will say your life on the grand scale, and I'll say that momentum on a very micro scale. So macro, micro, without being able to know your center, your reality based on your truths are fundamentally flawed because you don't have a ground. So it's not even selfish, bro. It's actually you need to sit and feel that weird little clitoris under your brain start to move, and it does. It does. It's your pineal gland. And you will, the average person who's not meditating right now, don't worry. You're not gonna reach enlightenment. Don't worry. Don't you oh, and then all this, and there's levels to it, and I gotta go so deep. No, you won't. I promise you, most won't. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it has nothing to do with enlightenment. Has nothing to do with holier than thou. has nothing to do with anything but breath, letting go, and not doing. I was just been getting up at 5 a.m. and getting ready slowly and stuff, right? And like I think between like 5:15 after my meditation, like right away, because I don't trust my own thoughts yet.
Me either. I'm a sneaky bitch.
I can't sit and like if something make me feel comparative or something, and it would just fuck up my energy, and I'll get a craw in my system, and the whole spiral of your day gets off. So you got to really use the materials that you have access to. It's free, guys. We have Alan Watts Trip Hop on Spotify, or it's on YouTube. But anyway, Alan Watts was talking about this morning. If you're doing he's talking about meditation, which is so funny you brought that up. The whole thing this morning, I listened to a 45-minute lecture of Alan Watts on meditation.
Nice.
Yeah, and basically he was saying the way that the westernized world has almost gamified meditation, as though, when people say, "Oh, I'll meditate on it." Like we literally stole that and made it a verb. Where it is, meditation is anti-verb. It is nothing. And what he says, like if you're doing it with an intention to envision, which is fine. I sometimes do 5 minutes, just a visualization process, but then you got to let go into silence. You got to eventually let go into no thought. And what Alan Watts is saying is like, that's not meditation. Like if you're doing it with like a goal in mind, you're not practicing meditation quite yet.
Well, and it's so all-encompassing, like non-attachment. Like you'll be in a meditation and like I'll get the funniest shit, the funniest joke, the joke that's gonna make me famous, and I have to decide in that moment if it's important enough to break whatever's going on, this fluidity that's happening where I can allow these downloads of information. And do I break that and go right down this epic thing, or do I let it go as fast as it came? And I'm not going to say either is right or wrong, but there's value. There's so much value in being able to hold your cards and say, if it came before, it'll come again.
Own it. Own your power. Own your power right down through your spine. Right to your private parts near your butthole. Like right underneath there.
Totally.
Right. I'm gonna just
yeah,
whatever.
I know, I can feel it.
Right up to your fucking spine, right to the center of your brain. Pull that shit up and fucking hold steady, and the shit will come and go. And the shit your fucking family said to you that pissed you off last week is still hanging out here because you haven't let it deflate yet.
Because you've been looking at it with like your limited ego perspective, most likely.
They're wrong. I'm right. They're wrong. I'm right. That thing that happened at work, they downplay me. That one person doesn't see my value. I'm not appreciated. They don't know me. They shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're torturing yourself. They can't hear you. They don't know you're spending all day thinking about them. I don't know you're spending all day thinking about me, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all in here.
And, like, you will get offended less.
Like, stop giving your power away.
With
You're
this
giving your power
practice,
away.
you will absolutely get offended less.
Yep. Because you realize that being offended is you going, oh, here, I don't need my power. You take it. Which
potentially can translate into less overall stress, which is going to improve your health. There's so many... Right?
Yeah, that's the butt of everything.
Yeah, there's so many reasons to meditate, and when... I don't want to force anyone to do anything.
I do.
I just feel so passionate about it. And like, I haven't even been having great meditations, to be totally honest, lately. But I still find it so important, even after it's been 5 years now of meditating every day, non-negotiable. Don't skip a day. And I still want to. I still want to skip a day sometimes, especially when it's been shit. Like recently, I've really been feeling that like, no, it takes me a little bit longer to meditate even. But
yeah, I fucked around and played
there.
with the devil over the past week a little bit. I think we're nuzzling our way out of winter, and we're like kind of toying with the idea of like fucking around with the mental health, like not meditating
not
for
good.
a while. It's not smart. It's
not
good.
smart.
Don't even go to the edge. Just do it. Just get into the flow of it. Give yourself what you need. But we're little fuckers. Humans are little fucks. We want to walk right up to the fire and play with it and be like, I bet I'd be okay. No, you won't. Be nice. You won't be nice. You won't be nice to yourself in your head. You won't be nice to others. Don't trust a motherfucker who hasn't meditated, especially yourself. Don't trust a you that hasn't meditated. You're going to drive with all that rage inside your chest? Take a breath, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you too if it resonates, but
You'll and also another benefit is you're gonna end up being better to yourself.
man,
Over the course of time, that's this relationship that you're nurturing, right? Like over the course of time, you realize how important it is to be good to yourself and to like I always talk to myself, but like a lot of that talking was mean. A lot like it wasn't the relationship I had with myself. I was just like I was being my own bully almost sometimes.
Yeah, you bully yourself in your head. And things that other people say that aren't favorable, you almost take them and stab yourself with it over and over again until you feel like that doesn't hurt anymore. But the thing is,
you're numb to it. Yeah,
it does hurt. It's less familiar. It's more familiar. It's less of a shock, and you're more numb to it. Exactly. You're desensitizing yourself in one area, but it's not wise to do that because sensitivity is awareness. I used to struggle with this as a kid. I used to be like, don't pay attention to it. And I'd be like, that's kind of like the deal with the devil, like don't, But then, I started looking into Freemasonry because I listened to this great podcast yesterday. So like the 33rd degree, like you got to go way back and hear the fundamentals, like the book of Enoch that talks about essentially law of attraction or thought manifesting, and each individual person having their power. It was supposed to be in the original Bible, but it was taken out. You got to go way back and like understand.
What does Mason mean again for those who...
Mason just means builder, creator, builder/creator. So there's an esoteric element of me and Winnie were listening to this guy who's a self-proclaimed 33rd degree Freemason, and there's all these numbers associated with it. I fucking love that, and like they're looking for people between 23 and 32. There's just some crazy like number situations going on that really had my mystery school magic kind of, the guy also did Egyptian hieroglyphs, and he ended up getting out of a court case because he wrote them in hieroglyphs because it predates English. Anyway, Masonry is I get it. It's free masonry. So Masons are builders. So builders, creators, and free, like the freedom to think beyond form. So the ability to bring into existence whatever you focus on through manifestation. And then there's the element of the secret society clubs and the elites and this powerful group of literally members only. It's called the Scottish Rite. And, it's like it's a clique. It's like a members thing. And it kind of looks like church meets mastermind meets philanthropic billionaires. Like, I don't know. Like,
it's strange because what this man who we were listening to yesterday was saying essentially that there's like Masons that like are bad.
Well, there's secret societies that are like sub-genres to the Masonry that do weird things, like the elites in Hollywood and all that weird. What's with the fucking kid stuff? Can we lay off fucking doing weird sex stuff with kids? That's like, as a race, that should be a general, That's... Watch this podcast get canceled.
Well,
Shit.
I feel like we don't have enough understanding
at this
of
point,
Masonry to even really...
It sounds like... Well, I'm just talking about the parts that people may associate with these private secret clubs. But what they're really about... I wrote this and didn't say what it was. I put this on something. But like basically, if you say like, what are the Freemasons about? Like if you go... Their basic literature is Look after those less fortunate, improve yourself, and live life well so as to be remembered for the right reasons. Then another one is aid mankind search for identity and destiny in God's universe. Produce wiser men in a wiser world, happier men in a happier world, and therefore better men in a better world. Like, that's just nice. Like, that's like, you know, trying to lead and guide. I think it's like any group of individuals who consider themselves elite, whether it be due to financial position or access or cultural indoctrination, whatever hierarchy system is at play, you're not well. Like, in your head, you're not well. So if you're creating agendas, like, let's be straight up, like, Pfizer is a major sponsor of every media outlet. They were paying people $150,000 to say, like, make sure you get. So it's all business, and I get that, and marketing is what it is. Look, we're building a show right now off brand sponsors. It is what it is. But, like, if there's individuals who think they know better than humans, for humans, like, you're making decisions from a not well place. Like, as soon as you think you're better than someone else or you should control them, that's sick. Like, that's part of the North American sickness. Slavery is that. Like, and I know through exalting myself of reaction or condemnation, through understanding the deep need for humans to have polarity. So deep down, the slave needs the master as much as the master needs the slave. Chips are going to fall where they may. But that part of that strange hierarchy, elite, Freemasonry, I don't think that elite group is a fair representation of what Freemasonry actually has to offer as a whole. Freemasonry is basically just occult knowledge, which, guess what, guys? If you enjoy this podcast, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. All that meditation stuff, we're talking about the third dimensional, physical, pragmatic elements of ancient mystic traditions that include connection with God. And that will happen on its own time. We're not worried about telling you how to do that. You already know. We're just trying to give you the tools. So basically, this is occult knowledge.
I think when any school of thought gets absorbed past a certain amount of people, there's always going to be like good and bad within that.
Polarity.
So
1000%.
it's but then like
You
they
can't go
should be
beat
like,
up every bully at every school.
And the crazy thing about what we think Freemasonry involves is like a true Freemason isn't actually going to call out a fake Freemason and be like, oh, that's not a real one, because they're focused.
But they might outrank them in the member.
Like on themselves as an individual. Like he spoke very much about how like his focus is with him.
Yeah, he doesn't react to things. So that's what I made a tweet. I'm like, that's what they know. Like, when your average idiot, like human beings who have weakened themselves by falling into this semi-traditional system of like 9 to 5 and that, like, you're mentally weak. We all are. Like in North America especially, like because of how privileged you are, you're weak. So you hand off your focus so easily without creating, and I don't want to use the word control, but guiding and steering the destiny of your own life, which is your God-given will and right to do so. But you've been sold this little platter, and like without the encouragement to think wide and far, we're still animals. I don't even want to call us humans, because we're not fully here yet. We're on the way. The internet has helped, but of course it's growing pains. It's like when a teenager finds masturbation. Like, all the time. Like, let's fucking be in our phones now. We live here.
Teenager.
I'm just going to get it in. I'm just going to live like this.
I was like 5.
Yeah, you're masturbating early. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, if you find yourself needing to shake out of that little squirrely traditional platter that you've been sold, that annoying self-awareness that you have to gain. And I remember when my dad was coming to consciousness, coming to self-awareness in his sentientness over the most recent years, he met me and Matt Santoro, and he was really on one, and we were traveling, and Matt took us for brunch. It was so cool. It was so sweet, and Joe just got to hear me and Matt talk back and forth, and we're really on a nice mindful tip about self-awareness and what our actions did to cause our scenario. And he just sat back and he's like, so you guys fucking sit around and think about what you think about all day? And we look at each other like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like, that's the study. Like, you can't control something you don't understand. So how are you going to manage your thoughts if you don't take time to get acquainted with them and where they're coming from?
Yeah. Yeah, that is just the icing on the cake. I think it really gives you the opportunity to take a good, take inventory about what's flying through your brain. I think there's a crazy stat that it's like we think 30,000 thoughts a day or something like that. So if we don't have a pulse on that at all, I just can't imagine where that goes, where that leads, right? Because if law of attraction is real, and we here at Disciplined Stoners believe that it is, then as soon as you have something, a thought that maybe you need because you need a little energy boost, but that is perceivably negative and that feels like it creates disharmony in your body instead of harmony.
No.
So it's right away. Where's the next one? They're like Timbits.
Talk about that. It's like Timbits, right?
Yeah, fucking hate Timbits.
For our American friends, those are donut centers.
And one is just not ever enough.
No.
Not a billion, it wouldn't be
five.
enough. You'd want
You should
more.
have about five.
You're immediately dissatisfied as soon as you swallow because you need it again. You just need it again. That's what it's like. You're like, no, that wasn't enough. I need that again and again and a fucking again. Anyways.
My customers are always satisfied after they swallow. For my food as a chef. Okay, so many cool things
Yeah,
to
I don't
start.
need that again.
Nice. Okay, we're going to start a community fridge here. Their buddy Milka called Freedom Fridge. I'm excited about that. No, this meditation stuff is good. The freedom. I'm really feeling that lately. I'm in my study bag again.
I know,
You
yeah.
know?
That's
'Cause-
so nice. I love being there.
Yeah, when you're just like digesting knowledge, like finding good books, like so inspiring, so fun.
You know what's cool?
Oh, Mendo. I want to talk about Mendo too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but continue.
Well, I was going to say, when you start feeling the benefits of some of these practices, for us, it's huge on meditation. It feels like so good.
It just feels good, right?
It's like, you're like, oh my God, this can be my life, because there's such a difference from where you are to this feeling.
Yeah.
And I just find it interesting that over the course of time, that gap gets smaller, right? Because your baseline starts to level up.
Totally.
So those exciting feelings, like when we first popped up into nowhere, in a meditation, that feeling,
Yeah.
that becomes less, or I've experienced that it becomes less.
Fair enough.
And I think a little part of me over the last
becomes
few
more for a
weeks
while.
is like I'm like trying to chase that big of a jump again.
Mm.
I've been craving, and that's why my meditations, I say that they're shit. They're not, but I'm not.
Might be time to do some mushrooms again.
I thought that today too.
Yeah.
I told myself that if I can get my taxes done this week, that I could treat myself to a large mushroom trip next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's a large mushroom trip looking like for you these days? Like 3 grams?
Probably 2.5.
2.5?
2.5, yeah.
Nice. Probably, or
How about
maybe
you?
2. Split one of those bars. An Alchemy Gold bar, mate. We can have 4 gram bar, split it in half, have 2 grams each. Probably do that.
Yeah.
Nice. I wish it was hot enough to go over to the nude beach.
Me too.
Swang my jolly around in the sunshine and frolic in the water. I love weed, smoking on the beach with you in the sunshine. Best. Okay.
I love it too.
I'm telling all my friends right now. Kelly just signed up. We got to tell Lisa about it. I was talking to Tav about it. There's like, we fucking found the way to do legal cannabis. Okay, you become medical and it's free through Mendo. What the fuck? So homie Jay hit us up. He's checking out our content. And yeah, we get the opportunity to give you guys 10% off on your first order. mendomedical.ca. You become medical. Like for me, I'm diagnosed Tourette's, but also if it just helps you sleep, if it helps you not have anxiety, you know, if you're using CBD oil for any reason, anything, and you get it mailed, shipped directly to your door, free shipping over like $100, something like that. So easy and awesome. Best part? Okay, no, second best part, because the actual best part is you can write off $2,000 a year, which is fucking insane. You get $2,000 back a year just for having a free phone conversation and having your name associated with this account. So Mendo's made it so easy. You go on, you sign up, you use referral code disciplined, lock in that 10%, and you make your account, you sign up to the website, and then they go, are you a medical patient? And if you already have a license, great, you can bring it over to Mendo. But if you don't, which most of us don't, which I didn't until like 2 or 3 weeks ago, you go schedule a call, and it's like today, and then just the calendar is like open, and it's incredible. So I did like a couple days from like that day when I signed up for the website, and then just like this sweet person called me from Montreal with this awesome accent, and just like really took inventory on my situation. Like I thought it was like going to be actually a little more of like a passive like thing, but it's like no, she really like a real person just took inventory of the situation. Like
told us about some other cannabinoids that might be beneficial to Ellevan,
and what strains would have those type cannabinoids and terps, and
yeah, it was really cool.
So thorough, and actually just a nice, fun, friendly conversation. And then she approved for me. I did like a 10 gram a day thing, and like that was the highest. And yeah, she submitted me for that. So then that was just all. I didn't have to do anything. She's like, okay, you will be able to make an order in 24 hours. So I did, and I got this stuff, yo.
Yeah.
I got stuff I never found before. The cookies, apples, and bananas. I've never seen it in retail.
It was lovely.
And it was a 7 gram, so it was the small batch done by Noya, not the Pure Sun Farms large ones, which is just a little more of a large batch process, so I prefer the craft. So we got that, GP20, which is beautiful, and Miss Kim, never seen it in flower, only seen it in pre-rolls in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So it was like stuff that we couldn't even find to access.
So fun.
And just like ordered online, and it came in the mail, like in a little box. Like it was perfect. Like it was almost an ounce of weed, like in a little box. Like it was so good. So I had such a good time. So sign up. What's the actual website? Let me say it.
And it'll be in the description below.
Let me also just say it out loud, because we should have it in the episode as well, because the website.
Great. We're going to be able to
Great then.
just put all of it in, all of the information that you out there need. You're going to get it in here. And then you can...
Okay, it's mendocannabis.ca. You know, I just had to double check that. It's mendocannabis.ca. And yeah, I'll send you the link. Holler at me. Because I have a link that already has like the discipline referral in it. But basically, we just go to mendocannabis.ca, and then in the first stage of signing up for the website, make sure you do it there. It's not a discount promo code at the checkout. It's when you actually sign up for your account. You put in that, and then that 10% of your first order is locked in. But I've been loving giving this gift.
Yeah,
I know it sounds like an advertisement. I basically just almost made my first little hello. Like, I have this friendly offer for you guys. I basically just did that by accident.
I know, but it was nice.
Thank you. Just because that's my real shit. So I made a little snippet about it too. I signed up. You can see my whole process of signing up in like a minute on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Speaking of new flower.
We got the fucking Cognoscente pack. We still shop retail because we fuck with stores.
Yeah.
We do it all.
Yeah, we do it all.
We got Legacy. We got budmobile.ca. We got there's all this shit.
Okay, so this is from the Cognoscente
11
flight,
gram.
11
it's
gram
the Flight Crafter Taste Pack.
craft pack.
So
and
it's like 1.5 grams of premium flour, 1 premium blunt, and 2.5 premium joints, and just like so good.
no, it was 9 grams of premium flour.
You know, it was 11 grams.
Oh, total.
Total.
Okay, 6 1.5s. Oh, I see what you said.
Yep.
This is Cake Pops, and we haven't seen the flour yet, so this is very exciting.
Oh my gosh, cool.
Yeah, I know. A little zest on there.
A little
zest. Stank going
more,
on.
More zest than I thought.
Yeah, I know.
Like almost hazy.
Yes, good call. Okay,
Like Cake Pops.
So yeah, I'm in love with this
Ooh.
format. It was so fun to open up the bag and then to have these little bags, and all of the information is on the back and the terps, and it's just a really fun product, especially as a gift, obviously. But hey, gift yourself. Go ahead and gift yourself.
Gift yourself. I'm not getting too much on the nose. It's a little cakey. That's about it. That's okay. Let's bust some up.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking buds though. Frosty and unique. I like to use the small buds fist.
I know you do.
I've always been a particular boy. You know?
Do you think that's a only child thing or a Tourette's thing?
Probably both. Probably a mix of both. I got both going for me.
In the comments, let us know what you are. Single, oldest, middle, youngest. Where do you lie?
Because Winnie's the youngest,
I'm the youngest, and I'm
single.
just learning actually now, honestly, to that I don't have to play that role. It's so funny when we
that's
get
new.
when roles sort of get put upon you as a young person.
Well, you build your identity around them, right?
For sure.
You build how you serve people. Like, I had to make friends. No one cares about an only child, especially if you have like a single parent, which I did, both of them at different times, and then both of them remarried at different times. And I was either the single child in a household where there was step siblings, or I was a single child in a house where there was like a foreign adult. So it's like I always had to I feel like fight for my space, and it was my space. it was not. You know what I mean? Like you learn to bargain, but as an adult, only children, I think are a little more or a little less blind to the adult world. From an early age, because we don't get that filter of conferring with someone in our same perspective. Mm-hmm. We don't have a reference point from a kid other than talking to our friends. And I noticed I always build crews because I always had to learn to keep friends around, pure survival tactic.
Yeah.
Just hang out, just hang out in case anything happens.
Yeah.
But I learned to cook early because of that. I remember it was unique and cool that I was cooking my own after school snacks.
Right.
In grade 4, that was cool. Friends would come over for burgers.
Fun.
Yeah, these frozen patties from Save On Foods.
Love that.
So good. Now
Save On Foods.
Yeah, I grew up West Coast. But yeah, anyway. No, but yeah, the only child thing, and you are such a baby child.
I know, but I'm less and less, I feel.
Less and less these days, for sure. What elements and attributes do you find contributed to your identity as a person from being a baby and only a baby child?
I mean, people just love you as the baby child, right? So, in that regard, there's you get a certain amount of attention that you think is caused by your personality or the things that you're doing at that time. Oh. So depending on what others need of you or have asked of you, you doing that because you're learning how to live in the world and
But you
why wouldn't you do something for someone you love?
But you're trying to cash that Monopoly check at a real bank.
Yeah.
You're trying to deposit that funny Monopoly money at a real bank when you go out into the world and you realize, oh, I'm not just a baby and people don't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cute. And
yeah.
Then, or you learn to bat your big beautiful eyes and get what you want.
Yeah, I think both definitely happened, but I'm such a good B player. Like I really have been. Like if I were to give myself props on something, I think that like I'm an excellent person to help make someone else's dreams come true.
Oh fuck!
And
lots of people have hired you to help.
Yeah, and I like it. There's part of me really that likes it, but there's always been like a calling to be like, what if you just focused like on what it is that you like actually want?
What if you believed in yourself?
I think like being in entertainment, man, I'm sure people can resonate with this. There's some part of you that's like you're not gonna make it.
I think
like,
that's just,
or maybe that's just me.
No,
I don't know.
It's not an entertainment win. It's people even at jobs who want to climb the scale or who want to create their own business or whatever. Like, it's just contextual for us that we chase the most like starlighty Hollywood, like reach at a dream. But like people know what heartbreak's like on every level, no matter what. Like, it's just people who just want a promotion. And it's a necessary evil. I think pragmatism, like that's what like because you'd be so surprised sometimes, like you'd be so surprised by such a positive guy, the ideas that happen inside of my mind. You would give up if you heard what I said to me sometimes first. Most times. But it just makes me that much stronger to come back and to punk the fucking bully. Because I love that. I love punking the fucking bully. And I've made that a mission, and I did it outward for so long. And then I started doing it inward to myself, where you just call yourself out on your bullshit all the fucking time. And then once you're done with this short, harsh list of reasons why it shouldn't work, then you start to like, so start from here. Yeah. And then the ideas that start to come with like, but I could, oh, and I have, oh, and I will. And then you kind of just let that duality happen inside of yourself. Even since last week, if you haven't watched last week's podcast with Brandon Sakai, go watch it. But there's a part in it where I talk about how like you're like we recognize your magic, and like if he says we can sell 5,000 tickets, maybe we can sell 5,000. I think I've definitely been living more in that like, well, maybe we can do, like maybe I can. I will sell 5,000 tickets. Are you kidding me? Fucking 1,000%, 5,000% I will. It's definitely fun. Maybe not this event, but the next couple. It's fun to live there and really not be attached to any outcome. That's a nice, fun, playful. Like we used to play and be imaginative as kids. And like, I'm not gonna cry about it when I win this next event. It's 200 people. Like, but what if you just let the idea be enough? You know, exactly. It's fun for me. I already have sold out 5,000 because I say that. Yeah, because it's fun. The idea is there. Yeah, I can see the people. Yeah, our obsession with having things right in front of us. Oh, immediately? To mean anything. Like, what about the journey? Obsession to have something in front of us for status, for happiness, for... status. Those are the only two that I can think of right now. Those are the only two that matter. Do they know who I am, and do I know who I am? Because you have to know who you are to be happy. Right? I don't remember feeling happy outside of the certainty of who I was at that moment, as much as you are not who you perceive yourself to be, but meaning who you really are, the truth underneath all that. Like meditation will bring you to. Do you ever find yourself in conversation where it's just flowing, like it's such in flow, and then all of a sudden you become aware of the conversation that you're having? What happened with Elvis Stoico.
Oh, cool. Tell us about it.
I was just realized who he was as I was having a great conversation that obviously led him to entertain the idea of continuing to talk to me. But I just classically waltzed in the room and talked to the most famous guy there by accident. And just like, oh, holy shit. What? Like my stepsister, Jenny, the oldest one, she would cry when he won. She would cry when he lost. I don't remember him ever losing. Shout out.
Oh.
But he did those die?
They're about to shortly.
Okay, so we have another pair. I'll get you.
Nice.
But yeah, that was a fun moment. Because so it wasn't just the moment of having that other sentient, like cerebral kind of moment where you're like, this is happening, and you're also in this moment, so you have like you have questions to answer and stuff. But I was really in flow.
Yeah.
I was laying it on thick like I do anyone, and I thought that this was just like some dude. And that's cool because we all are just some dude.
That's right.
But like, you know, and he's also such a kind, like unassuming guy.
Yeah, he's
like
so
sweet.
sweet.
Like he told me his name like with no any expectation that I should know to it, and just like you could feel that.
First and last?
Like, I think it was after. It was like, yeah, I'm an athlete.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what's your name? And then he's like, I think it was like Elvis Stoico. Like he's like,
yeah,
you know,
like that. Okay.
Like kind of like that. And yeah, just a kind, lovely guy, just a sweetheart. Got a picture together. That was cool. But yeah,
he's developing a class.
He's an actor.
A meditation class for LB Acting Studio.
So yeah, like so exactly. So that's where I was. Sorry, I got lost there for a minute. Is I was in that flow and I was laying it on thick, and he was resonating. He was hitting me with some zingers because he's about that shit. That's right. That was all part of it. And we're talking about like the history of humans and all this cool stuff. And he shared with me some of the energy that he's been healing in his timeline and stuff, and just incredibly insightful, like high performance thinker. First, that's what you realize with like athletes, someone who's achieved something so great physically, it's like, whoa, it's here. It's here. So
yes.
That happened, and I was like, I better say extremely accurate things. Like that's all that came to my mind. Like it was just I was over aware of like the words at that point where I had to just chill back and like emotionally process it. And he was so chill and cool that I was able to be like, oh man, that's tripping me out. That's sick. Like I had to say it. Like I had to, and I'm like, my sister would flip. When I get like, or I still call them my sisters or my stepsisters growing up for a portion of my life, but they definitely impacted that. So that's an interesting, am I a bit of a baby child in that household?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
then again, I always felt like I established my own rules kind of.
Yeah.
Because I had my mom as a lawyer. That's what it felt like. And there was always like petty competition.
Oh man.
Between the households to make one kind of more favorable without
and like at that time
with
in
no one wanting that to be
on the
case.
Planet, like did people
right
didn't get along after they broke up at that time. That was very rare.
There was right or wrong.
Yeah.
That's it. There was no in between. There was no consideration. There was compassion wasn't a word.
No. And so fuck, that must have been tough.
I didn't believe in love. Like before you, I was like, oh, that's a fake thing. Like marriage, like that's what people who don't know what they're doing do. Like always felt separated from the system because I had watched my parents fight so much. Oh my God. And my mom fought a lot, like all of her boyfriends. Like, holy. I listened to a lot of adult fighting as a kid. Holy shit.
What scary shit to
I
listen
became
to.
funny. You don't say.
You know, adult fighting, I remember I'm just taking myself back right now to an adult fight and just thinking as a child.
Cake pops, bitch.
So exciting. As a child thinking so selfishly. like not understanding anything,
Yeah.
not understanding that they are humans with triggers who have had crazy experiences, and they got themselves in this like situation that brought them to now, and they maybe thought it was going to be different, or I don't know. I just like, it's so crazy as a kid when you're a kid and you hear adult fighting, basically you're just like, oh, my parents are fucks, like they shouldn't be doing that, like they shouldn't be human, essentially.
Nah, I used to go try and do funny things to break it up.
That's sweet of you.
Yeah, but then sometimes child services got called because of the trashing the place, but I wasn't there. My mom told me to go out with my friends, and then they trashed the place, so she was low-key responsible in chaos. But I'm not trying to make this a statement or anything.
This is nice.
That's fucking nice, right? You see why they do the cake pop, because you get the creamy cake in the back, but then that sweet tart, fruity sweetness up top.
Zest.
So has that like Starbucks cake pop thing.
Yeah, totally. I know.
Holy fucking shit.
Fun, great name.
Holy fucking shit, that's good. And the white ash nuts.
If you haven't been tuning into
This
our
is so
lives
good.
lately, I'm a
Winnie.
rapper now.
Tell us about it.
I'm a rapper now. I do rapping on live stream on Instagram. I do not stop. I will not stop because I'm hot and I know that I only rhyme so very often. But it's okay because I'm a rapper now.
Yo, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Smash it like a hand clapper. Her intonation and melodic intention is deeper than most of you rappers. These are factual factoids. I better get a fact checker afterwards. Maybe we can hire someone from Double Decker Flows on a row. What you know about it? Couple levels up when I move and I go around them.
Only focus on where I'm going. I don't beat around it. You know who you talking to. You can see by who's around him.
Double Decker Flows on a row. What you know about it? Couple levels up when I move and I go around them. Only focus on where I'm going. I don't beat around it. I leave them so astounded, so astounded. All I know is
That the hustle don't stop.
hustle don't stop.
Hustle, hustle, don't stop.
You pussies want some trouble? Give it a mic and just watch. Give it a mic and just watch. I said it for the soul in the Calipari flow.
Fun fact.
California coast, smoke a flower to the dome.
Fun fact.
Sour with the dough, premium with the shows.
Fun fact.
You gon' pay me what I'm worth just so you fucking know. You can miss me with the side eye, might slide. No more Mr. Nice Guy, I'm out of time. That was just 420.
420.
Happy 421. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba. Okay, guys, April 29th, Rhythm and Flow 3. Holy fuck, it's going to be a show to be there. And guess what?
What?
It's Winnie's B-Day. Cheers.
It's my B-Day. Come celebrate. Now you have to. Literally, if you don't come,
What the fuck,
it's gonna
guys?
look bad on you.
The fuck?
So,
The fuck? You
Okay.
can just get a ticket. Like, just get a ticket, whether you can make it or not. I'm just kidding. Because they're transferable. You can give it to a local friend. But also, for real, fucking nutty show. Great sponsors. Great activity. Great products. Pre-show market. Live band. Let's go.
and if you're listening to this the day that it dropped, and we saw you at Can Expo.
Oh, shit.
that
What's
was
up, new
fun.
friends
That
from
was
Can Expo?
fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You can miss me with the slide. I might slide.
Okay. It's time for a fun fact. You have not had a fun fact in weeks, so now you get an extra long fun fact because I love you all the time.
Fun fact.
Lungfish are able to withstand periods of droughts in their watery habitats by building burrows in the mud and making use of their lungs to breathe. Lungfish are so adapted to breathing air that all but the Australian species have gills that are more or less useless. When the water dries up, they burrow into the mud and spew mucus to form a shelter that lets in moisture and air to breathe.
The fuck?
Yeah, with these lungs, they're able to sit in a state of torpor or reduced activity called estivation. And they can stay up until 5 years with just like hanging out in their little mucus wrapped bubble underneath the mud.
Do most fish even live 5 years?
So apparently all fish had lungs to breathe air at one point, and then they evolved to have gills to like breathe water or whatever the fuck it is they
We
breathe.
have a weird fucking human history on Earth here, guys. We've been lied to. There's a center Earth. There's aliens living on Earth.
It's an old one. It's an old one that hasn't evolved.
The connection between humans and technology here, like, we didn't just figure it out. Aliens told us. We're gonna meet them again soon. It's gonna be awesome. I wonder how we'll react. It's probably why enough people just have to be in line. It's sad there can't be unilateral freedom.
Andrew Schulz, is that his name?
Schultz, yeah.
Schultz.
Great comedian.
We were just watching him the other night, and he was talking about how he doesn't believe that the Egyptians built the pyramid, and then they haven't built anything like awesome since.
That's funny.
Except, and he's like, the best thing that you've built is like 3,000 thread count sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Cotton.
He's so good. He's so funny.
Yeah,
man.
so fucking good.
Shout out Andrew.
So
Okay.
now you know that lungfish
Shit.
exist.
Shit.
So and
Shit.
they can live for a really long time. That's why if there's a drought, it's no problem for the lungfish.
No
They're
problem.
going to survive for years just sitting in the mud.
Fucking chilling in the mud.
So
Shit, sitting in the cut, chilling
bring
in the
that
mud.
up at your next party, and you will be known as the person with the cool fact.
Hey, cool guy, do you want to perceivably become more cooler? That's cool. Then bring up this neat fact for your friends at your next party.
Lungfish can stay in the ground for years due to the fact that they breathe air.
Wow, bet you can't wait to look so cool at your party by knowing that. That's it.
Maybe do a little bit of your own research so you can really like prepare a proper
Oh,
statement.
for sure spend time looking that up. Absolutely.
You know what would be crazy though
What?
if you
What would
did
be crazy?
if you did bring that to a party? Okay, picture this.
Okay.
Okay,
all here.
we're at a party.
We're all standing. We're all like, listen.
We're at a party.
Look, I'm having my drink. I'm going, woo.
Yeah,
We're all there.
there's
You're
little-
there.
There's
You're
little
there.
groups. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
we're all
groups
here,
over
and
there.
we're at the party.
I'm at the
You're
party.
at the party
I'm
too.
gonna
Okay.
state a statement about lungfish.
Okay,
I just
we're all
said
here.
I
We're all
just
here.
said it.
No, say it.
And then the lungfish can survive for years through a drought because they breathe air. And then from across the room,
No way.
someone comes through like, yeah, I know that. I knew that. And you'd be like, really? And then that would just be a trippy experience because why would someone know that?
They just gotta run that scene. Dan, what the fuck? Why do you know that? She was sharing interesting facts. She's a pretty girl. Why would you cause attention to go on you, Dan? Doesn't matter if you know that. She's telling us. She's the baby child.
She's a pretty girl.
She's a pretty girl with the I can't. It makes me sick that you get that compliment so frequently, and that's the reason why people respect you. Like, it was in your intro.
I know.
That's what the bullshit. Takes 2 seconds to look into someone.
I know. It was learning for all.
It was learning for all, but
learning
just
for all.
it's just funny. It's just is what it is. It's like you are very easy on the eyes, and I love that. And I get some good, pretty attention too. But just like, guys, we gotta chill on the women thing.
Well, it's just
She's obviously an object for our enjoyment.
it's just a lazy compliment now.
Lazy.
And it's
So-
most likely true,
Even-
right?
you
Like
know,
so we probably already know.
Yeah.
So,
and
like-
it's cool when girls compliment each other. It is. It's cool when two straight women show each other love. In that way, I think. So I don't this bullshit lines and labels.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily straight women. I think it's just like friends. Like when my friends, like any friend that like friend that I have a relationship where they can be like, "You look good."
Yeah.
I'll be like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But that's different because it's coming from someone that I love and have known for a really long time. Like
You
if
kinda
someone
want that
doesn't
attention.
know me and they just see
They're
on
just
the
basically
surface,
like,
it's just lazy.
I'm
It's just
attracted to
lazy.
you. I'm attracted to you because make my penis
It's
feel
not
good.
even anything like that, honestly. I just honestly, my true opinion is that I
You
think
make
that
my
it's
vagina
lazy,
tingle.
and I think that we can do better with compliments. I've tried. I really like saying vibrant.
That
like
extra step to be thoughtful is everything.
yeah.
Or else you are just wanking on the world. You don't want to wank on the world, do you, boys?
I think some out there do want to wank on the
Well,
world.
chill the fuck out is what I'm saying. And just like, you know what? Older white dudes, you can hold it in. Just don't say it. Just don't say it. Nobody needs to know you want to fuck that girl. It's all good.
I think
Okay, you know, just older guys in general. I'm sorry, I don't know why I targeted
this is what I was gonna say.
older men. Period. Well, my thoughts
Can I
about- I'm sorry.
talk for a second?
I'm being like an old guy. Sorry.
I think that's a good rule of thumb for everyone. I actually use that when I notice myself wanting to be like, ooh, I have something to contribute to this conversation at a party or at a conversation with just one person.
Cute.
I sometimes just like hold back, like as for me, like it's not even like it's a selfish thing where I'm like, oh, let yourself just sort of sit in this filth for
Why?
a second.
Why do you allow that?
Because it's the same excitement that I get from like Instagram. Like it's a bit addictive to be like, let me contribute.
You like that feeling?
I like the feeling of holding back.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a little cucky.
Yeah, because I think
I'm a hot husband.
because when I get the feeling, that icky feeling that I sit in, I think maybe
Maybe I don't need to say this.
maybe I don't know enough about this to actually
Shit.
be saying shit. Like
Shit.
because why
do
is
you
it
wanna say
hard for
this?
me to hold back?
Yeah.
It's most likely hard for me to hold back because I
You're
want
emotional.
to I either want to agree with what's being said and add to that affirmation, or
Yeah.
I want to defend, for some reason.
When he just gets in there for two reasons. You can see she's so clearly with that color on. You're just like, yeah, yes. Or just like,
I love being a cheerleader.
yeah.
I love it. I'm like, you
It's
do
a little
you.
yeah. It's a little Yankee sometimes at the yoga studio when everyone's like just bigging each other up, and that's coming from a very positive guy. But it's like this almost means nothing now. You're taking the value out of it.
No,
But
that's
no.
a choice.
Yeah, no, that's my perception. Fuck, that cake pop was good.
That cake pop was so good.
That one joint got me like, I'm good.
Yeah. Fun.
Okay, yo,
Nice sativa. It seems like that's a sativa leaning hybrid.
it's nice. So I wanted to talk about something too that I was thinking about last week. We've been getting, thank you guys, by the way. Thank you to the community. Thank you to our Patreon members. Thank you to our Instagram followers. Thank you to our friends, family, community, this beautiful situation we got going on. Thank you for watching. And we've been getting a lot of great messages and comments from folks who have been like kind of watching our journey, which has been so neat and cool because it allows me to reflect on the things that we've done. And like, we got a couple stripes here now in the game in the Canadian cannabis industry. We did O Cannabis, been involved with Kind. We did like live on location activation there. We were gotten by them. We've just been rocking. We're about to do Can Expo. We did Oneida. We've got to see so many capacities of humans coming together for weed, like the Dank Craft Party, shout out Elise, like just like all these great opportunities that like brought like people together, you
Yeah.
know, and the friends that we've made in the community and the people we've had on the show and like just this conversation. Like, I'm so grateful for this. Like, I love this activity. I hope it's bringing you guys as much joy as it is me. I like talking about weed and diving into ourselves vulnerably and just putting on a straighter hat for tomorrow, or a fucking cool crooked hat, whatever you like. But, you know, just getting focused in the right way for the oncoming present moments to live your highest intention. And, like, that's basically what this is.
The ever unfolding now.
Love it. So, yeah, Win, appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, and I also feel a lot of love for the industry.
guys.
I think that you and I, we've been trying not to talk shit. That was back in December, we were and I think that perhaps we lost sight of the actual amount of progress that has happened.
And the industry is also only 5 years old. It's
exactly.
But also it was impossible for us to be submerged in the community authentically, making friends, hearing people out, understanding, and ignore the consensus.
Yeah.
That looked like shit talk.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that we ever purposely shit talked. I never came out of pocket to say anything rude about one specific brand, or I never went to go disrespect anybody in any way. That's shit talk. I'm just saying, we were saying this bitch was hard. Yeah. Because it was hard to generate gigs with all the shifts going on. Basically, that, or opportunities, or everyone was hesitant, or whatever it was at any given moment that made us feel
anything that happens
less than
when
supported.
An industry is a baby.
Yeah, just the little
it's
growing
volatile.
pains. And hearing retailers say, well, we want to do this, but we can't. And hearing, fans at the LPs and people who want to do creative projects with us, but their hands are tied because of red tape. So we just became a little okay, we hear what y'all are talking about, as far as trying to activate. We want to activate. That's what we are. We're activators. We like to make shit happen, which, speaking of which, Rhythm and Flow 3, April 29th. Get your tickets. Kind reminder. Love you. Anyway, but love this industry, love this community.
Yeah.
Shout out OPP.
Yeah.
Mad cool space up near Gary, which I used to run an open mic at Kitsch time ago. So crazy that it's on the same block. But yeah, really good smoke sessions there. Any favorite moments from our experience so far? Or any
so many.
Any shining oh shit, that was cool. The bus at Oneida.
I didn't even go in there.
Oh my God, so smoked out.
Yeah, that was nuts.
It's cute, dog.
I stepped in and walked out. I was like, I'm not walking through this bus. I failed that challenge. You were supposed to walk through the bus, and I said, no, I'm not.
Oh, you didn't even walk through it. I hung out in there.
I know you did.
That's
but
crazy.
I had to be a performer that day.
Oh, did you do stand-up?
No, I did Simon character.
Oh, that's right.
Anyways.
Fuck, and we got that great.
So much fun. There's so much that is
good
fun
moments.
in this.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm swirling through Dankcraft. I'm over at Kind. Even some of the cool
Crush Grinder, shout out buddy. Cube, great.
Cute events that we that putting event, that little putting event that we went to.
Just things that the companies have put on for the individuals in the industry, whether it be bud tender activities or
I think that we're doing our best.
Chef Jordan Wagman.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're basically there with Kind and Kindling.
Yeah. I know, so great.
People.
We're so lucky.
Thank you guys. Love
you.
We
love
guys.
you.
Thank you. We want to raise the vibration in the industry through the creations that we're making together. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool.
Appreciate you guys.
That was nice.
Good stuff.
It started nice. It ended nice. That was nice.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. I mean, we end on that gratitude note.
We also got a ganja yoga class coming up.
Yeah.
Details to follow.
Really cool details. Wait till you guys hear the location. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, America.
See you next week.
Good night, Canada. Good afternoon, Argentina. What's the date today on Friday when it dropped? What doesn't matter. You guys probably watch this back anytime anyway.
4th, I believe. It's the 24th.
But already we're in spring.
We're in in spring.
Finally, we're in spring. Happy spring!
Happy spring.
Spring your step. Go have lots of sex. Because, right? Spring fever.
Is that what happens?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Make sure to subscribe. Share this with a friend. Anything else?
Comment about that adult, where you were a single child, middle, adult, older, littler.
Comment your adult activities below.
Comment where you are on the family scale.
Any more shout outs we got to do? No, we're good.
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay, I love you guys.
Okay, love you guys.
Okay.
Okay, love you guys.
Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Disciplined stoners. What's your discipline? You a stoner? That's cool. So are we.
I'm high a lot. It's weird to finally say that with pride. I'm high a lot. Being high has helped me with my anxiety. It's helped my social skills. Well, it's helped me feel okay about my shitty social skills. It doesn't make my social skills better, but it sure does make sitting in that awkward moment in a social interaction a lot more bearable. You know, that moment where no one in the group has anything left to say, and you desperately want to yell at all of them, just say something. Being high makes that hilarious and not torture.
Yo, it's Ellevan from Anger Town. This plant just helped me chill out. Found focus, found confidence. All of a sudden I was productive, less protective, more progressive. Yeah, we talk about stuff like I'm a next sommelier, but this is about a medicine, baby. We wish everyone a mindful life. It's been a helpful tool for us. And whatever the route to peace, it's each individual's journey. And the more we communicate, maybe we can all help each other out. Love and light. Welcome to Disciplined Stoners Podcast with your host Ellevan.
And my name is Winnie.
And we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And that's Ralph.
One day we're going to do a collage of all the times like a brilliant person has said like it's medicine.
Cannabis is a gift from Mother Earth.
Cannabis helped to heal me. Those natural medicines that we use to help to heal us. And of course they have this euphoric effect, or can.
It's an alternate natural way of healing. And I just think it's so beneficial, and there's so many good properties to weed.
I mean, that's the only difference in my life is I've added cannabis. The amount I've changed and the way our family has evolved and our relationships with my adult sons and everything, like just all through cannabis it's been amazing.
It's part of my life. Like you said, you really can't separate me and the cannabis plant. I use it medically.
Yes.
I have fibromyalgia, diagnosed with fibro very, very young, and I use cannabis to treat my fibro very effectively.
It was through an event that caused her major anxiety that I got her to take a few puffs.
Yeah.
And it helped.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, from being up here to being able to cope.
You know, we've got naturopathic medicine and natural health products that rely on hundreds of years of traditional use.
Yes.
Which, you know, both cannabis and mushroom technically fall under.
Yes.
If you can keep it at that sweet spot and it's in a healthy way, I feel like that's
it's medicine.
Yeah, I think
it's medicine.
You have to check in with your life and be like,
medicinal.
It felt like it complemented my personality.
Yeah.
Almost.
Good answer.
It's okay to use cannabis as their medicine. Mm-hmm. They no longer deserve to be in classrooms. And here that they're using drugs and they're bad, when this is medicine that is saving their lives.
Yes.
I mean, I would never put anything on the market that I wouldn't give to my mom or my grandfather.
Those strains are fantastic for pain management, nausea. This helps with pain management.
And I feel fantastic. Like I feel great. Do I attribute it to cannabis and cannabis oil? Absolutely, I do.
Relationship to cannabis right now is beautiful, growing, most probably everlasting.
I think this is medicine.
Dude, 120%.
I've got ADD, and I'd use cannabis to help kind of focus me in and kind of turn things off. Like, it very much is medicine.
It was medicinal for me. It was like taking a medicine because that's how it worked.